Who's gonna usher us in?
Who's
Sensei.
Guinness?
Sensei. Oh, I love Sensei.
Sensei.
Welcome to Endslate. I'm Quark.
I'm Mel.
Ramon.
Yes, and we are here to talk about one battle after another. The new film, the new and 10th film by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Goat.
Obviously, yeah, well, GOAT, one of the favorite directors of this podcast, easily.
Every film bro loves PTA, and
PTA,
we are
yeah.
film bros.
Is he one of your favorites, Mel?
I think so now that I've rewatched everything and I realize, wow, it's just one banger after another for this guy.
Wow. Nice
So,
one.
would it be like top 3, top 5? Would it be like
Probably top 5. Now that I'm older, I'm less like giddy about things, and I'm looking at cinema with a more mature lens, more educated lens. Yes, I think definitely top 5.
How about you, Ramon?
I don't know who top 5, but definitely
Maybe
there's a soft
modern,
spot.
baka modern director,
Mm-mm.
diba? Parang
Mm-mm.
anyway, go Ramon.
I was just saying that parang there's just definitely a soft spot because he's one of the directors who kind of debuted around the time that I myself was really falling in love with the medium. So parang you've grown up with him.
Yeah.
Although we didn't go through the same like drug addictions and phases. So, but it's just it's fun to have been alongside, sort of following that evolution and growth.
Yeah, no. And I think of all of them, parang he's the one who grew the most. I think he was my number 6, and now after this movie, it's now number 5.
I think
but
if you have an overview of his work, it's really a different movie every time he releases. It's not just not like Tarantino, where it's like it's a Tarantino film because of how it's structured and the dialogue. There's a through line to every Tarantino, but for PTA, I feel like every movie is a reinvention for him. And
yeah,
there you go.
that's
I do
true.
agree that
That's
we
true.
grew up with him.
Yeah. Although the cool thing also is, I think if you were shown a movie and you didn't see the credits, you probably would be able to guess it was him, even though
Yeah,
it's
may
radically
style naman pa
different.
rin.
Because of the style, and also I think because of just the competence, just the understanding of what's on the frame. There's a movie we didn't talk about on the podcast, that I think, well, I
Which
think
we thought we
you and I
did.
have seen, Ramon. Which no, no, not Licorice Pizza,
Oh,
but
not that one. Okay.
Eddington. So Eddington, Ari
Haven't seen it
Aster,
yet.
again, also another Film Bureau favorite. Very similar to One Battle After Another in terms of like the topics, but parang this watching both, parang you can really separate the men from the boys. Parang
Knox!
so, diba? It's just really wow. Like, may timeless quality talaga si Paul Thomas Anderson, and you
I have a
can
question. I have
see
a
that.
question before we go into the movie. Do you guys agree that he's the next Kubrick? So I came across that that
No.
blurb. No, okay.
Maybe
Anderson? He's
No,
so
but
warm. I mean, what people have been saying for the longest
Yeah.
time, and it's kind of close, is like it's Nolan,
Fincher.
diba?
Or
No,
Fincher or
more
Nolan.
Nolan eh. Kasi in terms of like, may pagka-cold but also very big ideas, which is
Yeah.
not the Fincher brand, I think. And then, and it's almost clinical, and
Mm-mm.
also having to deal with like formats and science and the limits of human endeavor, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But I don't see that sa Kubrick.
Si Nolan does have, I don't know, parang may attempt to be human si Nolan. Whereas I think
Which is valiant, but it's not his forte, and that's fine,
Yeah.
But I do appreciate when he tries to be like, "Oh, this has a beating heart." Look,
Yeah.
alam mo, Interstellar actually, I've
Nakakayak naman
softened
si
on it.
Interstellar. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, diba? I
Yeah.
mean, it might be melodramatic, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And also, people forget Interstellar was a Spielberg project.
Oh, was it?
I don't know.
Oh. And
Mm.
also the
So
ending of
parang
Tenet also just broke my heart like that. So,
Oh, yun.
you know.
then because si Robert Pattinson was so
Spoiler
hot. Or
alert for people who don't understand this film.
From a
Spoiler
pandemic era
alert.
movie.
anyway, back to one battle after another.
I'm actually curious to. I'm wondering what part broke your heart. Was it the kid or the like the
Pattinson.
adult Pattinson? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just, tears.
But anyway, as to what you're saying, parang there's such a depth of feeling in Anderson's work that I don't think I would list among like the qualities of a Kubrick film or a
I
feature
think
of.
I don't know because if it was or like, but I was reading it the other day and they said that it's the same dark. He's drawn to dark themes of isolation and
Mm.
trying to connect with people
Mm.
and cold to warm. So that's why some are calling him the next Kubrick, the next embodiment of Kubrick. But I do understand what you're saying, Ramon. It's
Wala yung
most
cynicism though.
likely
But
agree with you.
also what's so interesting is he's not sappy at the same time, but he's very humanist. Which I love. Na parang he will go great lengths to show our weaknesses and our vulnerabilities. But yeah, especially even in this film, there's so many moments where you could have gone super sappy, and he kind of withholds from that. And so, it's interesting watching all the '90s guys, the ones with the breakthrough films in the '90s, which is like Tarantino, Fincher, who else? Yeah,
Well,
Paul Thomas
The
Anderson.
Coens, Soderbergh, Wes
Yeah,
Anderson, Spike
diba?
Jones.
But yeah, I mean, I guess Cohen's kasi, diba, they were 80s, Soderbergh also the 89, but the 90s guys, parang, the ones who were more flashier, I think Anderson
Aronofsky,
prevails.
yeah.
Parang in the sense that, like Wes Anderson is,
Sino ba yung, wait lang, sino ba yung
it's,
magkakabatch? Sino yung magkakabatch in the 90s?
so we're talking about breakthrough films, the ones that kind of like
Yeah.
got one
Debuts.
in Cannes or whatever, and so Pulp Fiction for Tarantino, right? Seven for Fincher, Rushmore for Wes, or Bottle Rocket because it's the one that MTV thing. Sino pa ba? Maybe
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky for Pi.
Yeah. And Nolan also debuted with
with
Following
Following,
Memento.
but the breakthrough, I parang Villeneuve and Nolan were making films in the 90s, but I think I count them more as 2000s guys because they really
Okay.
broke through in the
Okay.
2000s, right?
Okay.
So
Canada pa lang si ano nun eh. Si Villeneuve.
Si Villeneuve. So Danny Boyle. Oh, yan. Yan yung mga
Okay.
diba?
Okay.
Spike Jones. Yeah. Arguably Sophia because of Virgin Suicides.
Would you count also Drat?
Drat?
No. I'm blanking. Si Election. Alexander Payne.
Alexander Payne. Yeah.
But not
even
flashy
Noah Baumbach,
kasi.
Yeah.
They're
But
more
Baumbach
quiet.
kasi never had like a hit. Diba?
Yeah,
parang they were good, but these guys parang kinda became figures in the industry.
Yeah. Correct. So parang basically the people featured in that book, Rebels on the Backlot, right? So those are the guys.
Sophia.
I think diba? Like Fincher, as much as he's my guy, parang it feels like ever since he went to Netflix, he hasn't really been super important. Like we all loved the Killer, but kind of like people didn't really it didn't really break through. Mank, of course, also. And then
I don't know. I don't think you can break through if you're Netflix, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
That feels like the thing.
I agree.
Or any streaming for that matter. Like you can't count Killers of the Flower Moon there because it still had like a theatrical run, which I think was what people remember and why it was on the Oscars and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, except your favorite, which is Roma, which kind of was the
Well, pero outlier yun, tsaka acquisition
oo,
yun eh. Diba? They
oo,
already got it from a festival.
from festival.
Yeah.
So and then Wes Anderson, I mean steady, but he really parang it's so weird how this guy kind of just focused his whole career on refining an
Style.
aesthetic.
On his
But
style.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
anything, it became even more insular and reductionist.
Yes.
Mhm.
I agree.
Parang, I know na what my corner is. Parang ganun. And this is my play box na.
Parang naging
Parang
niche,
ang he
no?
Yeah,
made
yeah.
himself more of a
Yeah.
caricature, if you ask me.
And then Tarantino kind of cannot escape being Quentin Tarantino, no? Even though
Yeah,
the film.
parang the moment has passed him na.
Mm.
Na, like the way even the way he speaks and behaves, that enthusiasm, it doesn't ring the same in
Yeah.
this parang moment.
Yeah. So, so yeah, parang si PTA yung winner.
Kasi quiet siya eh. Quiet, normal, stable family man lang siya. And then every now and
Yeah.
then, maglalabas siya ng banger.
Yeah. Diba?
After
and
another.
yeah. And I kind of like also an interesting journey, like diba, the coked up PTA, which they always bring it out every time he comes out with the movie, the Fiona Apple quote where like I quit coke because I was
One
in a coke session
insufferable
with
evening.
Cutie. And you can kind of see that most visibly. I mean, you can hear it most audibly in his commentary for Boogie Nights, where talagang
Really?
parang I'm the shit. I think early PTA
Wow.
was the basis
27.
for yeah. Who's that? No, who's the guy in Entourage? The filmmaker, the director guy, si
Si
Medellin.
Billy what?
I forget. Yeah, but he is
Medellin.
definitely he is definitely the peg for
Okay.
that character in the Entourage. So and then after that, diba nagka-master face na siya na starting with There Will Be Blood. And anyway, I think we're skipping. Let's go
We're
back
skipping.
to One Battle After Another. Why don't
Synopsis,
you recap?
please. Logline.
Yeah. Go, Ramon.
Well, it's an adaptation of a Thomas Pynchon book published in 1990 called Vineland. Apparently, it took him 20 years to sort of crack the script or really feel good about the script. Even though there are large changes, one of my favorite sequences is actually an idea of Benicio del Toro's. But the story is generally about Bob Ferguson, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, who is kind of a freedom fighter activist, and he gets involved with this group, the French 75, and he becomes involved romantically with another activist there who's a bit more extremist, I guess, named Perfidia Beverly Hills, played by Teyana Taylor. And anyway, they get into a bunch of trouble. Their activism results in some people getting hurt, and then she eventually gets taken down by Stephen Lockjaw, played by Sean Penn, and everyone else. She basically rats out the group, becomes an informant, of a snitch, I guess. And then, so everyone else has to go into hiding. And then we cut to 16, 17 years later, and Bob is raising his kid with Perfidia, named Willa, played by newcomer
Chase
Infinity, who was only ever she was a daughter in Presumed Innocent, if anyone's watching
Yeah.
that. So yeah, and then basically a lead for their location pans out in terms of Lockjaw's favor, and he finally finds out where they are, and he wants to get them in a way to sort of well, he's been after them this whole time. But there are also more sinister reasons for wanting to get them. And we'll discuss that maybe later. But yeah.
Wow, that was from the
so-
heart. I thought you were just gonna read IMDb or Letterboxd.
I'm too lazy.
But yeah, what did you guys think of One Battle After Another?
Ramon
I'm
should
so
start because he
glad.
saw it the earliest.
I,
He
I
saw
was
it on
gonna say I'm so
IMAX.
glad that the trailer basically was good, really, really good at misdirecting.
I didn't
In
even see
terms
the
of
trailer. Like, I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch it.
oh well, yeah. If you look at it now, it's like oh, I'm so glad that they hid this part, that part. They also kind of there are hints about the humor, but in no way does it prepare you for just how funny the movie is, and even the themes are so rich and deep, and I'm sure even Anderson did not expect it to be so specifically timely. Um, and yeah, it was just such a blast watching it. Definitely those comparisons to his idols from his youth, particularly Robert Altman and Scorsese, you can still very much feel that, but it still feels very him. It still feels like a continuation of like There Will Be Blood and Phantom Thread, but sort of elevated. I don't know if it's just because I'm curious about how exactly why he's so drawn to um not novelist Thomas Pynchon, if he's a particularly LA writer, because this is the second adaptation of his after Inherent Vice. I think the only one, I don't know, sorry, Upton Sinclair pala was
Was
adapted
oil,
for,
yeah.
well, the inspiration, actually. It's not
Mm-mm.
really a direct adaptation, but for There Will Be Blood, it was taken inspiration from the book Oil. But apart from that, like, there's something in the work that really appeals to him. And there are other things that sort of feel fresh. Like there's more black characters than ever, and in such prominent roles. In fact, likely leading most of the like consequential action. Um, and then there's also I feel like I feel like he also felt he had to up his game just by using the VistaVision format. I don't know if it was like taking inspiration from The Brutalist, or I think that's the only one that really sort of
Yeah.
brought VistaVision back into the
I
discussion, diba?
refuse
Yeah,
to
I
But
accept
refuse.
like even
that.
Inherent Vice I watched just last night, and I was like, oh, it's still they shot on film. Same thing with
But
Phantom
you'd seen it
Thread,
before.
Licorice. Yes, but only
Yeah.
once. Like this is
Yeah,
only
me
my
also.
second time to watch it. So I was like, oh yeah, it's actually much better than I remembered it. Although, yeah, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just I was just so happy to see every single person performing so well, and then right alongside them these newcomers like Chase Infinity, and then that interrogator guy who apparently is
Yeah.
not an actor but is an actual ex-interrogator.
Wow.
So I was like, galing eh. Every
Oh,
element was
really?
so
That
much
guy?
fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Regina
Yeah.
Hall in a very serious role.
No
Yeah,
Parang
yeah.
jokes.
it's, yeah, di ba? Walang no jokes. Tapos parang,
Oh. Pero
ano
parang
siya?
in a way you're laughing at her character kasi kawawa siya eh. Like, oh, like she gets
Yeah.
caught pa and everything, but
Yeah.
it was yeah, I mean everything was just hitting eh. Michael Bowen cinematography, the editing, Johnny Greenwood score, which is not the
Oh,
usual,
mwah.
not what I expected
Yeah.
even from a Greenwood.
Yeah.
No, the prior work with Anderson. Yeah,
But
and
it's
then
also the one that sounds most like Radiohead, which I love. Like, well,
yeah,
maybe
Mm,
yeah,
as
yeah.
of
Kid
the
post Kid
PTA.
A.
Oo, di ba? Yung parang yung
Yes.
piano and ano,
Mm-mm.
The
whoa.
piano.
The dissonance was really like but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so entertaining, so moving, surprising, and funny. And just bravura sequences. Now you're like,
Oh.
you feel so safe in terms of like, I'm in the hands of a master. Like I sarap lang ang feeling talaga.
Yeah. Yeah. You Mel, movie of the year?
You guys know how much I have grown a dislike for long movies right now. And I have to say that 1B, AB, what tama, one battle after,
Yeah.
OBAA is
Oba.
the fastest 2.45-minute movie I've ever been through. Not a minute was wasted. I was thinking about what scene could have been cut or what character could have been cut, but I just couldn't think of anything that could have
I
been
have
just on
two
the
in
floor.
mind.
Oh, sige. But for me,
Are they the-
as a running time complainer
Yeah.
most of the time, I'm like, this is just, it flies by so much because the pacing is so relentless. Once he steps on the brake,
Yep.
it steps on the gas. He doesn't let up. Ramon, you were talking about him paying homage still to Scorsese and to Altman. I felt that this was very James Cameron of him with this movie, especially with the cat and mouse part, the thriller part in the back half already, where they're at the desert, they're trying to basta action na siya, diba? I don't want to give plot points away, but it just becomes a slower thinking person's action movie towards the end. I really like that. And I love that with every PTA movie, you don't know the plot. And I know that, Ramon, you said that the trailer was a misdirect. Reading the title and looking at the stills before it got released, I thought it was just gonna be like warfare, where it's a war movie about like ice, detention, etc. But I was totally blown away by the fact that it was more of like a father-daughter road trip buddy comedy kind of movie, and you just have to hand that to PTA to be like, what the hell? It's just what you were expecting, and then reality turned out to be so much better than what you were expecting. So bravo, bravura filmmaking yet again. And Leonardo DiCaprio, who I still can't get over not being in Boogie Nights, finally makes a movie with PTA, and it's a marriage, a perfect marriage,
Okay lang
perfect
na wala
movie
siya.
marriage.
Yeah, no, I parang dude, same as you. I didn't watch the trailer. The only thing I'd ever seen of it was him going around the convenience store, and then I'd close my eyes and go like that. But I didn't even know the story, and I thought it was going to be a crime film actually.
Right.
So I was so pleasantly surprised. Na parang, what the fuck? Are they blowing up ice? In the beginning of the film. And I also expected it to be about Perfidia, because the first shot is her. They're so good at establishing her as kind of like very main character energy. I did feel, of course, that Leo would have a bigger role later on, but I thought it would be the two of them all throughout. And then when that thing happens 40 minutes later, okay, sorry, we're gonna have Scarlett do the spoiler thing. Go, Scarlett.
Spoiler alert! Don't listen if you haven't seen the movie.
When she gets arrested 40 minutes later, and then you have that Steely Dan, what's the song is
Dirty work.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh no. And then you have, she's doing the taekwondo or karate or whatever. Parang umiyak ako. Because it was so well done.
Was it 40 minutes? Because I wasn't checking it.
About 30 or 40 minutes. I
But
think maybe
not
30
really-
minutes till she gets arrested,
Yeah.
and then the next 10 minutes, everybody getting
Right.
arrested. Yeah.
But kasi in a way, that really is the beginning of the movie, diba? And then from there, it's all chase, eh. So that's why it doesn't flag momentum-wise, eh.
Mm.
In that first 30 minutes is really, in a way, like the opening montage of Magnolia, diba? Now, here's this, ang daming kailangan i-compress before we actually get to where we want to be.
Yeah. And then he says the title of the film, and then it's one battle after another. But it's really, yeah, like what you said, you're in the hands of an amazing filmmaker, and it has a propulsion na wala sa earlier films. Especially I rewatched naman Hard Eight last night, and it's kind of shocking how like the inciting incident of Hard Eight happens in the last third of the movie. But but here parang he kind of like sticks to the Joseph Campbell
Right.
structure. Structure. And what's so interesting is, I think, despite us loving him so much, P.T. Anderson really kind of defies genre, right? He doesn't like really making genre films. It's more or less always a drama director. And everyone was saying, oh wow, finally he's gonna do an action film, to the point like some people are saying, how bad the film industry now is, P.T. Anderson's doing an action film, and it's actually not really an action film anyway, diba? Parang there's two action set pieces which are both chase scenes, but aside from that, it's still as intimate as most of his oeuvre, parang ganun. So yeah, I loved it, as just like you guys. When we were talking about materialists, you were saying how Chris Evans is so great at playing a loser. I think the crown really belongs to Leo now, this is like his fourth loser role in a row.
Yeah.
Before this was there was Once Upon a Time, Don't Look Don't
Uh,
Look Up. There was one more.
Would you
What is his
Fourth
consider
one?
last?
The
What is
Revenant
before
as a
Once?
loser
No,
role because
Killers.
he
Killers of
sleeps
the Flower
inside a
Moon.
bear?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killer Spider-Man.
Yeah, he kind of gets beaten up by a bear also. But yeah,
Yeah.
but Killers of the Flower Moon, he was a
Yeah.
loser. Once Upon a Time, definitely a loser. Don't Look Now, genius, but also a loser.
The
So
loser
this
pa
is like,
rin, oh.
yeah, this is like the loser era, and I'm all for it. It's
Uh,
so great. Um, and we were talking about Tarantino, right? And how Tarantino kind of always has to be Tarantino in the end, no matter how poignant the film is. Like Once Upon a Time, nope. By the time you reach the end, the bad guys have to get punished, and everybody's bloodlust has to be quenched. But here, parang PTA never gives you what you wanted, diba? Parang you're always waiting
Mm.
for dad to save the day. You're always waiting for the characters to have their revenge. You're waiting for Sensei to have that big action scene where he beats up some ice agent, or where the latent French 75 in Bob is awakened, and parang wala. He never gives it to you. So I guess that's really like the difference between it. It is almost like PTA doing a Tarantino movie, and he doesn't give you what you want, and you kind of feel bad about it while you're watching, but then later on you realize parang no, this is what's right for the characters the whole time. All that the Nad needed to do was show up and go after his daughter, right? So
What's up, homie?
I mean,
What's up, homie?
I'm just trying to be polite. They them is it they them?
What's up, homie? What's his other line again? That was funny. Oh my gosh. It's now a meme.
yung
Ano?
Life? Is that the
The
one?
one on the phone? I really love the one on the phone.
Ang dami nun eh. There's so many small
what
bits.
kind of name is Comrade Josh? What kind of that's a fucking stupid name.
Yung shot there, he looks up yung Life. Life! It's just so many choice deliveries talaga na it's so it's transcendent talaga, ang galing. That frustration with that comrade. Man, the most relatable thing yung you can't remember your password, di ba? Na parang it's me, parang maniwala ka. Parang talagang nakakabaliw eh. And there are these also very quick throwaway things like miscommunication, like when Benicio del Toro is screaming tells the kid to get off the phone, and then he thinks he's talking to him. And I'm trying to charge my phone, parang ano. And then it happens the other way around, di ba? Na parang na Leo's on the phone and it's like, I can't tell you what time it is. And Benicio just says, it's 8:15.
Which happens also in Inherent Vice, diba? Parang
Yes.
get off the phone. You're the one who called me. What do you want me to get off the phone?
Ang galing.
At that ano, like perfidia si Tiana
Tiana
ba?
Taylor.
Tiana Taylor. Oh my God. Ang galing niya. Where has she been in before?
I think it's called 1,000 Hours. She was almost nominated for that movie. But she's also a musician, eh, diba? She had that video with Kanye. So she's like a pop star also. But yeah, ang dami talagang great elements, diba? Parang, yun nga, like, even though ultimately it's sort of showing how even though he medyo bumbling buffoon si Bob, but he raised Willa right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parang he gave her the tools so that she could save herself. And then even though you have like these larger institutions or more passionate groups, the person who has it all together talaga is Sensei. And then he's just
Ocean
zen
waves.
and he's just calm. You know, he's not confrontational. He knows that it's better to just, do the thing out of sight, take care of your people. That whole sequence talaga with the raid on the sanctuary city, it was so well done. Like it's so thrilling, but it's also really chilling how they had like the false flag, Molotov cocktail guy. The way they show that scene where it's just like very matter of fact, very casual, but it's so sinister, diba? And it's so current. Just seeing guys in like military fatigues, but it says police.
Yeah.
It's so, like, wow, this is like very, very on the button in terms of the politics, but also the way it's shot is like magnificent, diba? Parang the parkour skateboarders, the way they were
Oh, they were so good.
usually
Yeah.
in silhouette, it's like, man, it looked like the rooftop scene in West Side Story. Ang galing. Diba? It's
Yeah.
almost surreal. And then but
And
also
it's
like the community was so tight knit, and then they had plans na pala for, if this happens, and he's got this whole underground railroad thing happening.
And it
Yeah.
was Benicio's idea pala. Like they were stuck on
Mm.
how to show that idea. Now
Yeah.
basically, okay, what happens? How does Sensei take care of these people? And he's like, no, I just go around and talk to people.
And
Well,
introduce
I don't-
them by name
yeah,
and
by
put
name.
faces and
Galing.
personalities of them. But I do want to go on a short Leo TED talk. Very, very brief. I as much as I love dramatic Leo, I love comedy Leo. I think he has such great comic timing, and I really wish that they had rewarded him instead of The Revenant for his work in Wolf of Wall Street. I still think that's his best career performance. The Quaaludes lang is just enough for a lifetime achievement award because he shot that for like what 2 weeks. That whole sequence is a 2 week shoot. We are already entering Leo DiCaprio's
Oscar.
dad era, and he's not a dad in real life, but I think that he was such an effective modern dad in which he is trying his best to raise this child, even if he's like a bumbling buffoon, like what you got, a wee dad, so to speak.
This is like
And
his only other dad role aside from like
a
Inception.
baby dad is easy,
Yeah,
but
but-
I think teen dad is hard because you have
Yeah.
to talk to your teen like an adult, right? And Leo
Yeah,
does it quite well here.
And it makes you look older. Teen dad
Makes you
makes
look,
you
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. And I love that Leo is just, he doesn't care about how, how unkempt or ugly he is on screen, even if he's like a bona fide movie star. He's just really like, I want to look like a dad who is just down and out and downbeat and dress me in a robe for the
The
rest of the
dude
movie.
nga, diba?
The dude, yeah,
dude.
exactly. The dude of Lebowski.
Pero ang galing ng the opening, right? Because it really sets up na, number one, magaling talaga siya. And then number two,
Competent.
once...
Competent.
Yeah, yeah. The when he's showing how to make the bomb and everything. But that also when Willow was born, he was like laser
Focused,
focused
yeah.
on her.
I'm sure you can
so-
relate with that, Cork. Now, once your kid was born, you're like, okay, this is it.
Okay.
This is our life now.
Yeah, and parang and Bianca actually said, like I totally understand Perfidia. Like the postpartum, like the really moments where you just
So you
like,
think that was postpartum, right? That kind of
Yeah.
insanity, that brief spark of insanity that you have, and okay, because I
Yeah,
thought it
we
was
just
just
wanna
me.
know.
That she's
Yeah.
going through big postpartum depression stage.
Yeah, and of course that like I don't want this to affect me. I don't want this to machine gun habang right next to the belly, right? The two scenes that I thought could have been cut, and I'm not complaining about them not being cut because for me more PT is always a good thing. But it was basically I think you could have cut from Benicio saying take this guy to safety to basically him and Benicio in the car on the way to so the whole hospital scene, but the hospital scene is amazing,
Oh,
right?
it was
That's
so
because-
good though, the
yeah.
hospital sequence.
Yeah, because it's just like I have friends everywhere. It's the I have friends everywhere
Yeah.
scene, and then of course the second one is the epilogue of Sean Penn coming back and
No,
Because it's
come
basically-
on, you need that.
I
No,
feel
I
like
don't, I don't
if you
think you need
could,
it, but it's great. It's a great scene. But
feeling ko if you could shorten, it would actually be the underground meeting pa of the Christmas Adventurers. Where the assassin gets his orders, diba? But I think it's still a good scene, but that one I feel could be shortened if you had to.
yeah,
More Tony Goldwyn for me, so I
Tony
can't,
Goldwyn's
so
I
good,
can't
no?
agree. It's
Si
always a
Jim,
delight
Jim
to see.
Downey, grabe. Like,
Yung
Tanda na
ano,
niya, dude.
no, but I mean, he's not even known as an actor. That's the writing partner of Norm
Yeah.
Macdonald, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang galing ng
galing ng
talagang
casting, no?
casting Oscar na dapat to.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Like the smallest roles are so good.
Oh.
Even the friends of Willa,
Yeah.
si Comrade Josh, si Interrogator. si ano, 'di ba, yung head nun is the lady who interviewed Tom
Magnolia.
Cruise sa Magnolia.
Yeah.
Parang wow.
Diba?
So
Diba?
good to see her
Nasa
back.
Rolodex pa rin no?
Why wasn't Luis Guzman in this movie?
No, I was also wondering why. Who's the
I think he's
other
in
girl
Wednesday.
Who's the one who Regina Hall was with in the breakout star along with it was Jada, Jada
Queen.
Pinkett,
Queen
Regina Hall,
Latifah. Saan to?
and then the one who became sikat for a hot minute.
Vivica Fox?
Starts
Just
with a
set it
T. Starts with a T. Yeah, no. The one with the girls strip.
Let me Google.
Si ano,
Girls.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, Tiffany
she's
Haddish.
funny.
There.
Yeah.
So wasn't she rumored to be in PT's next project for a long time?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
shocked
Ito
that
yun. So you think it
Yeah.
was this one?
Maybe, no? And then Regina Hall, just took the role.
Maybe.
But yeah.
Okay,
Look at
we
that.
all agree that this is a 5-star film.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is it your best of the year so far?
So far,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I
What
think.
did it unseat?
Sinners.
Sinners also. How about you? Same?
Maybe. I haven't really thought of it yet. Kasi I'm waiting. Ang dami pang awards contenders na only coming out this season, di ba? As in, tomorrow lalabas yung Smashing Machine with no warning. As in, we're getting it before the States even.
Oh my God.
So I was
Ooh.
chatting with Luke too because he posted an IG story of him moving his rankings up on Letterboxd and OBAA is ahead of Sinners now. He was saying that this is it. This is the big movie, and then that's it.
Sino
Wala
pa ba
na.
yung possible? Hamnet.
There's Hamnet, yeah, and Sentimental Value.
Hamnet might be the main. Kasi sometime I think earlier I thought maybe House of Dynamite, but it's Netflix and I think that's
Yeah,
gonna
and the
get punished.
reviews
House
are
of Dynamite
mixed.
is the
Catherine Bigelow,
Yeah, super mixed. Now that I'm looking at the
But also the Cannes stuff hasn't come out. There's also No Other Choice, diba? Which had so much buzz. And then Secret
Chalamet.
Agent. It was only an accident. I don't know about the Chalamet. The new report na it's about 3 hours. Parang that's gonna hurt it. I feel.
Who directed that one?
Safdie.
The other Safdie, si Josh Safdie.
Wow.
So it's Safdie versus
Grabe
Safdie.
namang Safdie bros. Akala ko, I wanted to be an actor.
But do you
Biglang
think
may-
do you think Warner Brothers is gonna put their muscle into this more than Sinners? They are, no? Their campaign
think-
muscle.
They'll play both and then they'll see who gets the response. Parang
Fight.
ganun.
Ganon.
Oo.
Fight.
No, because it's also interesting that Abdi and Mark, Pamela Abdi and who are the heads of
Pamela
the
Abdi.
film,
Yeah.
the two of them, they kind of like each film this year did the opening weekend of more than 40M, right? Superman, Sinners.
9 films out of 11 or something like that.
But not
Right.
this one.
Debuted.
Not
Yeah,
one
but not
battle.
this one. So
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and of course, I think they knew that. So I think
Yeah.
that this one was like parang their manok. And this won't make us much money, but ito yung manok
Prestige
namin
cum
for,
prestige, yeah.
for awards.
This is the one that is going to give PTA his
PT.
Oscar. Not that he needs it, really. He doesn't. But do you think it's going to be the one?
Could be.
Yeah, I think I will stake it. This one, and I think Leo's second Oscar.
Oh my gosh,
Really?
I want it to happen so much. I think he needs. He deserves. He's doing so much press. He's never done this ever since like Titanic.
Yeah,
This
that's how
much
you can
press.
tell he wants it to do well.
Imagine
That's how you can-
TikTok, Instagram, a podcast on the Kelsey brothers. Yuck, but he did it. Big pick. All these interviews for magazines and all the interviews for
Wow.
YouTubers. Grabe, he's working the room, dude.
Maybe we should reach out to him.
Yeah, but also kasi he can like halata with Killers na he really was very consciously like taking the backseat to Lily
Yes, he
Gladstone,
was. He
diba?
was.
In
He
terms of the
was.
promo
Yeah.
and the press. So I think this one was where one of the ones like, yeah, I'm definitely like the front, like, or the face of the movie, and I can be here, even though everyone's more competent than him. But that's part of
Yeah.
the charm, nga.
Sean Penn, you think?
I
Yes,
think he's
lock.
actually the strongest,
Absolute lock.
in
Yeah.
terms
No
of
doubt.
in terms of
Kahit-
how the Academy votes. Parang siya yung for sure nga.
I hope Benicio gets a nom.
Yeah, I was
also.
gonna say, even if I want
Sana.
Benicio,
But parang
to
it's
do
not as flashy kasi, di ba? Parang,
Yeah.
even though he's the cooler character, like,
just waving
you
the
can-
flag for chill dudes out there.
You can see the reel is going to be very pen heavy.
Yeah.
Do you think Chase Infinity will get a supporting actress? I think so.
I hope so.
I think
don't know if
kasi
they will,
Tiana has
pero-
a chance also.
Tiana's ang lakas eh.
Right?
Pero,
But
So-
Chase,
but Chase
on
is like,
screen,
honestly,
wow.
Chase is the one who
Yeah.
carries it actually.
When she
for me.
screams, no, finally that
And the
ano.
physicality of her character going against
Yeah.
Sean Penn and grabe, just for how old is she? 16, 17?
The character, yeah, 17.
No, Chase
The
herself.
Chase-
She's 25.
20. Oh
There's
my
a-
god.
There's a joke nga, diba, that she's about to age out of Leo's potential girlfriends.
Good for
Parang
her.
naging girlfriend ni Leo, ano? Yikes.
He'll never go for her because he always likes
Wala
the
nang press tour.
he always likes the
Model.
white model blonde girls. Anyway, let's
Okay.
not.
Hindi blonde si Victoria ngayon.
She's brunette-ish, dirty blonde. Anyway, do we go
Okay.
through our rankings
Let's go through our rankings.
quickly? What if we
okay.
rank
10
since
films?
we're
Quick.
pressed for time, we're conscious for time. What if we do 10 to 6 in quick succession, and then 5 to 1 in depth?
Okay, so this is not the collated Endslate ranking, but the individual Endslate rankings.
Not
which
the
is,
forced ranking with Quark's complicated NBA
Yeah.
spreadsheet. Okay, my 10
All
to 6
good.
are number 10 is Hard 8 because I haven't seen it. It's the only one I
NA.
haven't seen. Number 9 is Inherent Vice, which is the first time I saw it last night.
We
can
all
talk
watched
about it.
Inherent last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh,
We should have
so
had
weird.
a
Ang
group watch.
ganda kaya. It's so much better than I remember.
You know why?
It's not as good as it's not.
Talaga?
I didn't really like it, and then like it's kind of weaker than I remember.
I
But
actually
yeah,
feel
we can
like,
talk about that later.
Oh,
Oh,
sige,
sige.
sige.
Go through your
Okay. My 8 to 7s kasi are, although they're quite good objectively, I can't connect with them as a moviegoer. So number 9, Inherent Vice. Number 8, I'm so sorry, Licorice Pizza. I really was not a fan. Number 7, The Master. And number 6, I actually really, really like. Ito na yung mga I likes. Punch Drunk. Punch Drunk Love.
almost the same.
Quark, 10 to 6.
Sige, so my number 10 is Inherent Vice. Number 9, actually I looked at an old list I made in 2023. Hard 8 was number 7, but now rewatching it 25 years later, it's 9, but it's still a strong 9.
Solid. It's still a solid debut, right? Hard 8 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next 3 I kind of have to rewatch because they also changed from 2023, but they're kind of like it's Magnolia 8,
Oh!
Licorice 7,
I'm shocked.
Master
I thought you put
6.
Magnolia higher. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
no,
Okay.
oo. So
Shocking.
I tried kasi rewatching Magnolia last year, which is still like I mean again all except maybe Inherent Vice are like 4 stars and above.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean Hard 8, I super love that Hard 8. Rewatching it, parang like shit, this is still a really good film. And it's actually one of his most stacked casts because you have Gwyneth, you have John C. Reilly, you have
Sam.
Philip
Samuel
Baker
L.
Hall.
Jackson,
Philip Baker
yeah.
Hall, yeah.
And no, Piho in one
Iho,
scene.
nung bata.
Philip Seymour Hoffman being a douchebag. So, ang galing ng it's a actually really good cast. Okay, anyway, Roman.
Wait. So the thing with these ones, they're all good.
Yeah.
So I don't think he doesn't have a bad or even an ordinary average film. Yung bottom ko actually by just whatever metric is Hard 8. Not because it's bad, but just because I think because of the focus. It's such a character study, so it has the kind of the least plot, and it's great and intimate. So, but there's just, I feel, other more delights that I find in the other films. Number 9 is Licorice Pizza, which I also enjoyed very much, but also
It's a hang movie.
yeah, it's a hang
Hangout.
movie. It's
Yeah.
a bit more superficial, a bit more shallow, but again, plenty fun. Then Inherent Vice, which again, it might feel like eighth place, pero I still love the movie. I mean, I rewatched it again as we all did separately last night, and what struck me with it is it's much sadder and sweeter than I remembered. Pala, like the whole thing with his fond
Shasta.
memories with Shasta is they were both dope fiends. Diba? Like they were all just looking for the next fix. The most romantic part of the film is a flashback where they're trying to score. But also, parang all he sort of succeeds in doing at the end is reuniting a family, which is the informant, Owen Wilson with Jenna Malone. So it's like, that's all he asked for. He had so much money, he had so much leverage, but all he asked for was like, can this guy get out of the situation he's in?
hippies.
So it's like, it's like a
Not
shaggy
making the
dog.
practical choice, but okay.
A shaggy dog, mystery with a bumbling detective na also, again, usually very high. Again, I don't know how much of it is Pinchon versus him. And then an odd ensemble with an incredibly stacked cast of people I forgot were in it, like sila Tim Simons, Hong Chow. Parang, pucha.
Josh Brolin was amazing in it.
I remember Josh Brolin, but he's amazing in it.
And Joanna Newsom and like what is
the
this
narrator, diba?
Oh, was she the narrator?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's her name? Lige. Yeah.
It's a long sortilege, parang ganon. And then see Eric Roberts actually is really good in like his one scene.
Shot. Oh no.
Hanep
Unrecognizable. I
And Martin
could not
Short.
recognize him.
Yeah,
Great
Martin
use of Martin
Short.
Short, I think.
Scary.
Yeah.
A scary, dramatic use of Martin Short. Diba? Parang, anyway,
Martin
so,
Donovan.
yeah, surprise at the end. Diba? So anyway,
Yeah.
number 7 is The Master.
Oh,
Again,
same with
fantastic movie, but just I find either sentimental value or more delights. Number 6, Punch Drunk, which I've always loved, but kind of just Punch Drunk is the one that got pushed out by One Battle, if I'm being honest.
Me
Like
too.
my top 5.
Same.
As much as I love that movie, so that's my 10 to 6. Yeah.
Punch Drunk walked so Uncut Gems could run.
That's your letterbox review.
Yeah. of Punch Drunk.
Yeah. Although I like Punch Drunk more than Uncut. Punch Drunk is actually my number. But again, it's my number 3.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I think I know why. But okay.
Why? Because because of
Finish that sentence.
Anyway, no, because reading Quark's review, he connected it as a La La Land big influencer.
big influence.
Yeah,
on
big influence.
La La
on
Land.
Which is divisive for me.
Yeah.
It's being an influence or La La Land?
No, being an influence. No.
No, what's divisive?
No, it's
to
La La
them?
Land. It was like a La La Land blueprint. I think. No, Quark, that's what you were saying.
Yeah, it was definitely a La La Land blueprint. But and then of course Uncut Gem. Actually, sige, we'll get to
Top 5.
Okay, to the top 5. Anything you guys want to share about? Just Inherent Vice. Another. Yeah. What's interesting and why? Remember, I messaged yesterday. It's very important to kind of pair this with.
Yeah, that's why you
One
told me you have
Battle.
to watch it because
Yeah.
it's a companion piece to OBAA.
It's
Well, in that they're both adaptations of Pinchon.
Pinchons. Yeah. But I think this one was an adaptation and then One Battle was inspired by. And you can really see, I think yung mali, if hindi naman mali, but I think definitely you can feel yung reverence niya for Pinchon and the work in Inherent Vice. And I think my problem with Inherent Vice, when I watched it last night, I really turned on the subtitles because there's so many names, there's so many organizations.
It was in over its head. It's
Yeah.
so convoluted, and I
And
was
it's
so
so-
confused already.
And
Yeah.
all the scenes of Owen Wilson, he's basically whispering.
Yes.
And kasi like in movie theaters here, even in the IMAX in Singapore, there's subs. So what I noticed and what I was very
In English?
impressed by, both English and Mandarin, by One Battle After Another, it's very quiet actually. There's so little dialogue. Whereas Inherent was really wall to wall, diba? Parang it's all scenes where there's so much talking, there's so much information given out, etc., etc. And I think he felt as someone. I think this was his first really direct adaptation to your point, diba? Oil is another inspired by. Parang I think he felt like he needed to be really faithful to Pynchon's text. Whereas with Vineland and One Battle, parang I think he really took his liberties. Like I was shocked to find out, like, for me, the most Pynchon element of One Battle was the Christmas Adventurers Club, which isn't in the book pala. So that was a PTA creation. So parang, okay, he really took his liberties. Whereas I looked at the synopsis of the book of Inherent, and it was really like
By the book.
more or less beat by beat, except one very important part where they in the book chase after the Golden Fang, and which is kind of like, now that I've read through it and looked at the subs, parang daya naman you talk about this sinister secret society the whole movie, and then you don't show it really, diba? So yun yung issue ko with Inherent.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go to the 5. What is your number 5, Mel?
My number 5 is Magnolia.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Great
5 in
film.
yours? 5? No. Lower and Quark's. Ramon higher?
Yeah,
Why are we
higher,
doing
okay.
that? Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're not
Then-
talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's higher than mine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Go. Great movie.
Oh, I thought we were doing we'll talk about it when it's high, the highest,
So-
the usual.
When it's higher.
Endslate way
Okay.
of doing
Sorry.
it.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
forgot. It's been so long. My 5 is Phantom Thread.
How
Same.
dare you? Okay, never mind. It's way higher than mine. No. Ramon, number 5.
Same. Okay, so my caveat with my top 5, right? The differences are so minuscule. I love them so much, all
Yes.
5.
Yeah.
These are all 5-star movies already.
Yeah, to the point na if we did this episode again next year, it could be the same 5 in an entirely different
Agreed.
order. So
Yeah.
kind of doesn't matter from this point, actually.
4 for me is One Battle After Another.
Same.
Boogie.
Boogie. Okay. Wow. Force Boogie. Damn, son.
3, Boogie Nights.
Higher than mine. My three, however, is your lower half, both of your lower half, which is Punch Drunk Love.
Okay.
I rewatched it when it came out in Criterion. I think it's considered by many to be a minor work of PTAs, right? Like, not as loud or Oscar nominated or whatever as the others. He kind of like almost did it on a whim, right? To just prove that he could make a shorter film.
90
Work
minutes,
with Adam
yeah.
Sandler. But I also think it's
A long
low
whim,
key. Huh? A long whim.
A long whim because
Yeah, then he worked pa in SNL.
nag-SNL siya eh, just to research. So it's
Yeah.
which is of course where he met Maya. So a very rewarding whim.
Indeed. I actually prefer this to Uncut Gems.
Why are we comparing it to Uncut Gems?
I don't know, because that's her letterbox review.
You don't
But
even
I
have to
know-
compare.
I mean,
No,
but
but like-
I know why, Mel, because, well, number one, they always point it out as basically an inspiration, right, to Uncut Gems. Number two,
The Safdies.
yeah, the Safdies.
Okay.
And then number 2 is it's basically a high stress
High stress.
film, high stress dramatic departure for Adam.
There's the Sandman.
Okay.
So gets ko naman. But I think this one has like a more magical, mystical, mysterious
Yes.
element to it. It's such a great score. The chemistry between him and Emily Watson
Yeah.
is really amazing. I really, for some weird reason, I kind of connect a lot to Adam Sandler's character, because he just says weird shit, and I say weird shit when I talk to myself all the time. And like, remember when he says goodbye, kisses are goodbye. Hey, fucker, you fucking fuck.
I
do
see
that
it
a
now.
lot.
I see it.
Pag nagmamaneho.
Oh, yeah. See, really weird stuff actually. Like I love Satan. Yung mga ganon. Like, I think And
Quark
that's already
confessing
the
to his
most
Tourette's.
PG one. That's the most. Anyway, I think when you remember something embarrassing, I'll just say like I'll say I love you and then ex-girlfriend's name or whatever.
Wow.
So this is our social clip.
Exhibit A is a future lawsuit or therapy session.
Yeah. But
I do have an
yeah.
avatar, but I'll talk about him later. Okay, go.
And then yeah, just the Philip Seymour Hoffman, the shut up, shut up. Ang galing eh, talagang. It is such a joy, and then because it's short,
that, mattress man.
and that fight, diba, is so that attack is
Oh.
so.
It's
ano,
so out of
it's-
nowhere and
yeah,
so
it's
scary.
and satisfying actually
Yeah.
because when
He
when
flips na
really-
ano eh.
when he-
the
yeah,
crowbar.
Yeah.
yeah,
Putek.
bang, and then that doon nagsimula yung attached to the
Door.
car door, which
Uh.
weapons copies a lot, right? And
Yeah, it's everywhere,
and he
yeah.
does it a bunch
Carnahan.
Quark,
So-
you mentioned in your letterbox that this was a more influential movie. The most influential movie, I
might
think.
have been, yeah, because
Yes.
again, like Uncut Gems cites it, La La Land cites it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
parang,
it's also his it's his most freewheeling, diba? It's his most nouvelle vague.
mm-mm. Yeah. That beginning scene with the car crash where he's just like going around his store and
The piano dropped from nowhere, never explained. I mean, come on.
yeah, it's very very lovely. So all right, that's my number
That's
three.
your
Punch
three?
Drunk Love. Yeah, what's your three?
My 3 battle.
We can talk
Okay.
about it now because it's highest na.
We don't even
Ah, no,
talk
we
about
did.
it.
We
We
just
spent
finished
40
it.
minutes.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay, what's your number two? I
No,
think
no.
our two is
Ano yung 3 ni Mel?
Boogie Nights was my
Boogie
three.
Nights.
Okay, my number 2 is Mag.
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Oh, okay, that's the highest, right? That Magnolia is.
Wait, mine
Probably.
is There Will Be Blood,
Yeah.
but I'm sure you guys will have it higher on yours. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Magnolia, I guess. Well, again, it's super indulgent.
very ambitious.
Very ambitious, not realistic, and yet I love it. It's probably still his most personal. And it's
Right.
also so funny to me na he was supposed to do something shorter than Boogie Nights, but it got away from him. And parang I understand and appreciate and respect that impulse na how do you cut from the thing, what's being given to me by my actors, diba? Even, and then the more you learn about also how so many of the actors kind of just brought their A game and wanted to really sort of impress him and want to work with him. But also, like so much pala of the Tom Cruise scene was just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much of that wasn't written, and he just brought his own relationship to his dad to the point na naiiyak talaga. Genuinely umiiyak si Hoffman watching this happen in front of him. Kasi parang he was like purging, his own relationship and his memories. So it's like, yeah, it's so absurdly long, and yet I don't think it's difficult to cut anything out. Even
I
if it's
have a suggestion
unwieldy.
on who to cut out, but okay, later.
Is it the rapper? Is it the worm?
No.
No, but even like John C. Reilly's character being influenced by just them being high and watching cops episodes all the time, diba? And that character becoming a main influence for
weapons. Si Alden
weapons.
Ehrenreich,
Yeah. Si Alden Ehrenreich. So parang, yeah, it's super, I love it. And yeah, the Brian score.
It's his most it's his most show-offy movie.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
not a bad thing. And it's my favorite opening sequence of all time for any
Oh,
movie.
really? The prologue?
Yeah, the
That
Mulberry
crazy
and
montage.
Hill, and then parang
Wow.
biglang and just the one is the loneliest.
Yeah, exactly. The editing, so many elements are going. The voiceover narration, the Amy Mann original material with
Yeah.
the score, and then, yeah, the whip pans. Anyway.
I actually did not like Magnolia when it came out. Because diba, you're
also.
coming after Boogie Nights, and then bigla lang you have this big movie with so many themes, and we're in college, post-college, you're just like, what is this? But then it's a movie that after several rewatches, and then having rewatched it also last week, I finally came to terms with the fact that I actually really, really enjoy this film now as an adult because you connect more with the themes of isolation, adults trying to connect or reconnect with one another, and forgiveness when it comes to family members. So I think it just resonates now that I'm in my 40s, and Tom Cruise should have won a freaking Oscar for this
Yeah, he should
film.
have.
Holy cow, and he lost to Michael Caine. What the fuck?
Who we love, but
Yeah.
sana naman ano.
Good night, you kings, the princes of mine.
Jesus Christ! How did he lose this?
I
Category.
vacillate with Magnolia. I've seen it like more times, but sometimes in like first time same as you, Mel, is like, what, this is so indulgent, this is so long.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah.
watching it with Marie and RG Fernandez, and then there was a couple making out pa in front of
To
us.
Tapos yun yung
Magnolia?
pinapanood mo. Yeah. That's right.
And then and then I sometimes I watch it, I super love it. I think the last viewing I saw it with Bianca, who kind of got bored, so we didn't finish it. But so maybe that kind of like tainted. But what I realized about that viewing was, oh my gosh, like this is 3 hours, and their problems aren't that big. Maybe. I mean, one guy lost his gun. The other is a kid who needs to pee in a game show, and the other one is like, oh, I just want to be loved, and the guys I'm flirting with in a bar don't really. I mean, it's like it's mostly compared to Shortcuts, right? And the two are very similar, but Shortcuts is shorter, and I feel more momentous, and maybe that's an unfair comparison, right? But yeah, Magnolia is something I'll always come back to, and I'll always change my feelings on, I think.
Speaking of cut, I think that the Julian Moore character could have been left on the cutting room floor. I knew it.
shut
You
up.
guys are just
You
like, nope,
shut
nope,
up.
nope, nope.
Yeah, there's
What do you
no
think?
audio, but both me and
You are
Clark are
judging
shaking
me.
our heads vigorously. I
You
mean,
shut your mouth right now. Shut up. Just
her
shut up. Shut up.
talking to the lawyer, to the pharmacist, you
Yeah.
can't cut that. Those are jewels
I
of
knew
the
it.
filmography.
I knew it.
Grabe, no? Yung scene talaga na yan. Like, look, you're judging me, and you are...
You don't know
Yung kita na yung teeth niya, no? And the
She's
Billy
an ugly crier
Eichner,
pala, no?
she's
Oo.
the most beautiful, ugliest guy. I love it. Like that Billy Eichner, Billy on the Street episode, she does that scene again, and it is like parang standing ovation talaga. Parang she goes on,
Like
what do you want,
it
what do
was
you
so
want me
near.
to do?
She tapped
Yeah.
right into it. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's so close pala.
Anyway,
And
okay.
that shot, that's one of my favorite well, we'll get to our favorite PTA shot later.
Okay,
But my number 2 is Boogie Nights, which you guys
I
which
love
is lower
Boogie
on your
Nights.
list. Yeah, I think because it is the
Number 4,
the introductory drug for me.
Yeah.
So definitely
You don't think that
I
Boogie Nights is showier than Magnolia?
I think they're both showy.
They're both,
But I
but
feel that-
parang may Rain of Frogs ba ang Boogie Nights? Mhm.
Oh,
But
at
there's
may
a
mga-
big penis in Boogie Nights
You
of
can
biblical
see-
proportions. So, I don't
Yung
know.
thing kasi sa Magnolia is you can see that he wrote certain scenes because I want to do this cool one shot where everybody's walking down the corridor and
Okay,
it
okay.
goes from one
Okay.
character to the next.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang
And
dinessign
they're all
niya yung...
singing.
And then, oh, well, this is a scene. Of course, we're gonna sing Wise Up. Diba? So parang it's more showy in that sense. But definitely, Boogie, especially after watching Hard 8, parang wow, what a leap, diba, in just
Yeah.
a year. At the age of 26, this guy makes this freaking film, which means he's only 10 years older than us.
27, di ba?
Yeah,
When he did, Yeah.
so parang wow, grabe. That's wild that he did it. It's just I love the character so much. Amber
I do.
Waves.
Yeah, same.
Dirk
No, mine is
Diggler,
the
Roller
Burt
Girl.
Reynolds character. I love
Yeah.
him a lot.
Yeah. Oh, and trivia. I only noticed this yesterday upon rewatch of Hard 8. Sam Jackson goes to Philip Baker Hall. I know all those guys from Atlantic City. I know Floyd Gondoli. I know Jimmy Gator. I know Mumbles O'Malley. And 2 out of those 3 are actually
yeah.
characters.
Jimmy
yeah.
Gator.
Philip Baker Hall is such a great
Do you guys think that
R.I.P.
Mark Wahlberg was a weak link? And he's
No.
already disowned this movie, by the way, Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
yes,
No,
no.
I don't think he's a weak link, but he's a weak link like in life, pero not in this movie.
Yeah.
Like
Eh,
he
parang he
disowned
played
this
what he
because
needed to.
of yeah, he was perfect in the sense that naivete basically,
Right, right.
Yeah.
you know, that belief was or also being ability to be led around. That's bagay talaga. Pero
Yeah,
tama, pero also, diba, you were mentioning na why wasn't Leo in this? He wouldn't have been in Titanic. That's the one he took
I know.
over this.
I'm not saying why wasn't Leo in this. I'm like, I wish he was in it, and I want to picture Boogie Nights with him in it.
That's
With
a
his
different
big-
character. Pero I think
With a big dick.
hindi siya bagay as Dirk
Hmm.
in terms of
I don't know, young Leo at the time, he was still baby
He was too wiry. Tama yung yung bulk ni
Ni ano, no? Or yung
John
parang,
Holmes, diba?
yeah. I think kasi yung Boogie Nights, that the immaturity of PTA can be seen more in the writing. And ano is a perfect conduit for it. Si Mark Wahlberg, yung parang you don't know what I'm gonna be. You
That's
know
true.
I'm gonna
Parang
be
siyang
great.
baby. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be something, 'di ba? Parang
Bugoy.
it's such a-
Bugoy na bugoy.
Oh. So very
Sin-
bagay siya kay Mark Wahlberg.
Fun
Was his
fact
mom
for me
Nora
was what?
Is what?
Was
Yeah,
his
I think
mom
so.
Nora Dunn? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen Boogie Nights in 20 years because I
Wow.
was so afraid to rewatch it.
Because of the dick?
No, because I was so afraid that it would have aged poorly. Like in the same way, I haven't seen In the Mood for Love in 20 years. Because I'm just so afraid that it's just not gonna be perfect anymore. Because sometimes when you revisit a film at this age, you're just like, oh, it wasn't that great, but it's still a banger. Boogie
Yeah.
Nights.
Upon rewatching Boogie Nights, I did realize I felt a tinge of sadness because I realized that our number one collectively is the better film.
Not my number one. Sorry.
Oh wait,
number
what's your two?
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, what's your number one?
Phantom Thread.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Which I will
Oh,
talk
sige,
about
let's talk
now.
about Phantom Thread.
I knew that I would be different from you guys, but when I think I saw Phantom Thread on the big screen. I think.
So did Quark. Ako lang hindi.
Oh, because I remember watching it in the big screen and coming out of the cinema thinking that is my favorite PTA, hands down, of all time. You know how much I'm a
Because-
period piece girly. Well, you know what? It touched on all my buttons: period piece, romance, the complexity of marriage, exquisite costuming, and just super short lines. And it's not even a 2-hour movie, or maybe just a little over. But this is my favorite PTA character. Quark, you talked about how
Reynolds Woodcock.
Reynolds.
Reynolds Woodcock, and you talked about how much Sandler is your avatar. Reynolds Woodcock is my avatar in marriage because I just don't like being disturbed at all. I
you were
like
like, oh,
silence.
I like being
left
poisoned.
alone.
Ano yung line niya, yung the tea goes, the
The
interruption
tea has
stays.
left the room, but the interruption stays. That is my
fucking
favorite
asshole.
PTA line ever.
That
Ever.
is a fantastic line.
And I honestly think that DDL should have won his fifth Oscar for this film. It was his last movie, right?
No, but he
No.
has a movie this year because
Yeah,
No,
so
no, I mean
Anemone's
prior
good,
to
yeah.
announcing his retirement. This was his last. And then he was up against
I think Lincoln came after Phantom, diba?
no,
Ah,
Phantom came after
no,
Lincoln.
Phantom came after.
Oh,
Lincoln,
did?
yes,
It was his last movie talaga, and he was out, he was neck and neck with Oldman, but Oldman kept winning all the awards. He should have won for this. Just a restrained, maiba lang,
Darkest
a
Hour.
restrained DDL performance. So it's just my favorite, and my favorite Johnny Greenwood score.
No,
Because the further reasons that you cited, no, it is the most out there in terms of like, P.T. Anderson to?
Yeah.
Diba kasi parang period, costuming, obsession,
Romance.
British.
British.
Diba? I mean, the
Not
fact
LA,
na-
not California.
not,
Yeah,
not even
he hasn't even
California,
left
not
California
American.
between his films. No? Oo.
So,
Yeah.
talagang, well, Vegas yung hard date. Pero, yeah, I mean, and then, very also intimate character study.
chamber. It's like a chamber drama even because it's just.
But also, lumalabas bigla yung pagka darkness. Diba? Parang, oh, damn. It's poisoning. It's a fucked up relationship and also toxic.
Another great line, no? Yung kiss me, darling, before, and then, ganda.
Before I am sick.
Yeah, it's such
and it's inspired by,
his marriage.
His marriage. Nakakatawa.
Did you
there was
know
a
that
period
pala?
na, ano yan?
Christopher Nolan's kids call him Reynolds Woodcock.
Ganun siya ka do not disturb me.
Oh, parang gano'n siya ka-obsessed with.
Have you heard also yung how he and DDL came up with the name? They were just saying things to each other, and then like they had to come up with the name, and then they were saying things to each other, trying to make the other laugh, and then when someone said Reynolds Woodcock, talagang they both fell over now laughing. So parang yun na.
Galing, yeah. It's and it's rewarding, no, upon rewatch. Like when you rewatch
I've seen this movie so many times. I think it's the most PTA, the most rewatched PTA I have.
Yeah. Great.
And also,
great movie.
parang I think the breakout for Vicky Creeps,
Yes.
Vicky Creeps,
This
and
was hers, yeah.
and Leslie Manville also.
Leslie Manville.
That's
His
like
sister.
I wanted her to win actually also that year. So yeah.
But I do understand that this is not the greatest movie in his oeuvre. That goes to both of your number one.
No, I mean
Yeah.
again, this is
yeah.
easily could have been. It's number 5 now on my list, and it easily could be number 1 next year. So it's just a very, very minute differences in terms of
I
the
think critical
ranking.
mass will always go to There Will Be Blood, though.
Did I tell you my story about Phantom Thread? So, when we went to the States, this is the first time Bianca and I went to LA together. And she was super obsessed with Bill Hader. Like, she was like watching Bill Hader videos, and she's like, I just really want to run into Bill Hader. That's really my dream, blah, blah, blah. And then when we went to watch Phantom Thread, parang I was like, look behind you. And then
It's
it was
Bill Hader?
Yeah, about to watch.
Wow.
About to watch Phantom Thread, and she's like, "Oh my god, down to the back of my head, look." And then parang I only realized, I only remembered after he had left, na parang, oh nga pala, he did the I Drink Your Milkshake, yung,
On
I've
SNL.
abandoned my boy. And
Do you remember who was the boy?
yeah,
It was Amy Poehler, right?
yeah, oh my god, so good. Okay, speaking of number
Number
one,
one.
There Will Be Blood. Great
Although
movie.
we've discussed There Will Be Blood
Yeah.
in other episodes,
I think
right?
so. Yeah, and
Like a
we-
best of the decade
but we
or
couldn't
a best
find
of
it.
the year.
So yeah,
I think best
but-
of the decade, maybe.
Okay.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But we watched this together, right, Ramon? I remember.
What did we?
I think so.
Kasi in
but,
Gateway. Yun na
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
A late screening at Gateway.
So why is this considered widely considered as the PTA masterpiece?
Because it's a story of America.
It is.
Not
It's definitely.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how they love to make it. That's how they love to elevate usually, like,
Yeah.
when
It's America.
it's
Yeah.
when it's like that's the
The great
ambition
American novel,
meeting the
Yeah.
meeting the execution, and then it's like the themes and all that.
Yeah, and then because parang he was that ambitious na. Oh, sige, fine. I'm gonna make and it came on the heels of Punch Drunk Love, diba? Unassuming, smaller, and then biglang I remember.
Tsaka Punch Drunk Love also got a drubbing, diba? So parang he kind of had something to prove din eh. Medyo nag-retreat siya ng konti. Matagal, medyo malaki yung gap between Punch
Yeah.
Drunk and
How
and There
long
Will
was
Be
the
Blood.
gap? 4 years?
I'm not sure, but definitely kasi medyo in a row
2000, yeah,
yung
4
eh.
years. 2003, 2007.
But
So,
and
or
also
maybe
it was a
5.
crazy year, diba? For it to stand out in. Diba? There was No Country. I think there was another one.
Yeah, but yeah,
It was a crazy
2007
year,
was such
yeah.
a
Stacked
fantastic
year. And then his first time working with DDL, and then producing an Oscar
First time Johnny
winning-
Greenwood.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
was that the first? Oh.
Oo, na parang, parang he had this in him pala, di ba? And then now it's his main career. Sorry na lang Radiohead. But, di ba?
And nawala na his filmmaking toolbox of like oneers, right? Oneers,
Yeah.
May wonders pa
tracking
rin, pero
shots.
not so much the whip
Yeah,
pans.
yeah.
Hindi na
there
siya
was-
showy.
Yeah.
Also same with
or-
One Battle, no? It's not yeah. Parang hindi na ako magpapasikat as a
Even the
As a-
master, I think, is gorgeously
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Parang, but I think it's more in the movements, di ba? Na parang, I'm in my, I'm an adult now. I don't need,
Di na
you don't need
magulo.
those. Hindi na kailangan yung MTV camera work. Charot. Pero, but yeah, like even in One Battle, man, when he doesn't make the jump and it stays one shot, talagang the whole theater gasp like, he just falls down 4 floors. And then nag-track yung camera. Like, damn!
And it's so endlessly quotable. I think the more you watch it, the more
Unforgettable
funny it
character
becomes.
with
Yeah.
crazy good lines. I
Yeah,
mean,
perfect
that-
foil talaga
that
si Paul
hat,
Dano.
the mustache.
Yeah.
Dano's
Drainage, Eli! Drainage!
the patheticness of Dano's character. And also yung, trying to be sly, but it's like, no, boy. Inubos ka na yan. Wala ka nang mabibenta sa akin.
And then, of course, ito yung pinaka-close to Kubrick. Yung,
Yeah,
especially
that
the
ending.
last. Diba? Yung pure white na may blood.
Yeah.
Na, galing. So there you go. That is our Paul Thomas Anderson rankings.
Quick fire fun
Yes.
questions.
Okay,
Cor?
go. Okay, who is the best Paul Thomas Anderson character? Who's your favorite?
Mine is Reynolds.
It's
Woodcock.
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably
my-
that. It's either that or There Will Be Blood, diba? So,
Yeah, ako talaga.
they're both DDL, eh, yeah.
I've abandoned
Oo
my
nga, no?
boy.
The DDL main characters.
Yeah.
That's like ano kasi, like a S-level tier actor being given, the juiciest steak he can chomp into, eh.
Nasenti ako bigla. I remember Alexis Joseco just like quoting I'm Daniel Pinview. This is my thought. HW.
My favorite speech is "There's a competition in me."
Oh.
That one. I love that
The
one.
nasa trailer, diba? That was the trailer. That was the very first trailer. These people. Get that.
Yung ganon.
Who is your favorite PTA collaborator?
Behind the scenes
Yeah.
or in front of the screen.
It's very impressive. Like watching Hard 8, his first movie, a lot of them stayed. Like Elswit stayed.
Si Bowman was Elswit's assistant.
That's
okay.
Andrew Bowman, right?
Michael Bowman, the guy who shot
The-
One
the-
Battle.
no. Okay, yeah.
And
but-
Wikipedia says he was the one who lit Licorice.
yeah. And then si PTA mismo yung nag-shoot ng Phantom Thread.
No. Okay. So baka baliktad. Licorice pala si Bowman ata. And then Phantom si PTA. Kasi ata wasn't it around no, not before COVID, but definitely may
I think the obvious answer is Johnny Greenwood. For me, at
How about-
least.
Pero may John Bryan kasi.
I was gonna say my favorite
Diba? I mean,
composer
those-
of all time is actually John Bryan because
Punch
of
Drunk, Magnolia, my goodness.
like
Syempre,
I
biased ako,
I like
nandyan
the
yung plaka.
last three. I like the last three a lot.
Yeah.
Amazing. Licorice.
Oh,
The
four.
score,
even.
yeah.
I feel Licorice pa nga. I don't know what happened here with John Bryan because I feel if you listen to the score of Licorice Pizza, it's actually Johnny Greenwood trying to be John Bryan. So obviously, like this would have been such a better film had it been scored by Bryan. I guess they had a falling out, but Bryan, I mean, I love Radiohead, of course. I love Greenwood, but it actually might be John Bryan for me.
Okay.
Actually, I'm remembering Michael Penn pala yung Boogie Nights. Hindi Bryan.
But
Diba?
sila together. And they were in
Ah.
Hard 8. So, galing.
Who is, of course, the husband of Amy Mann.
Of Amy Mann. Galing, no?
And brother of Sean. Oh.
Yes. Small world. Okay. Who is
Teka, wala pa ako.
Oh,
Grabe
I
naman.
thought you said Brian. Okay.
Hindi, I just
We'll see.
said there.
Okay.
In response to kasi to her, I think I might go with Elswit
That's right.
as his
Good
as his
choice.
main cinematographer. Either that or his casting agent, who I think has
Ah.
been the same.
Elswit went on to shoot. What did
Mission
he?
Impossible,
Yeah, Mission Impossible. No,
Ghost
yun yung
Protocol.
ano.
Pero
Ay,
magaling
nako.
talaga si Elswit. He also did like Born Legacy. May mga action movie stuff siya, but he also has like more auteur driven.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I know the husband of Colleen Takahashi was the camera assistant of Mihai in Master. It was not a great experience daw talagang because that was the first non-Elswit, diba? And then parang all the time you get why can't you light it? Then he fired the whole crew. Then he PTA fired the whole crew of
Actually,
Mihai and
I
got all
wondered-
of Elswit's people.
Is he a good person to work with? I mean, diba Fincher's supposed to be a nightmare to work with, and Cameron is also exacting.
Iba yata yung relationship with like the people in front of the camera and the technicals.
I
And
think
also
I think
the era
before-
maybe.
Yeah. Like I think maybe before even up till the Master, parang there were I would read stuff na parang he'd just throw away rip the
Wow.
sheet and parang fuck this is then he'd rewrite the script and
Enfant
parang,
terrible.
may talaga may cokehead era talaga.
Baka yun.
He's
Next
a favorite actor for PTA.
You guys are gonna say PSH.
Well, hindi. DDL pa rin. I mean,
Ako DDL, yeah.
nandyan you have such a titan pero
Of course I'll say Julianne Moore, no?
well, yeah, you have two great movies at least.
And also, I think he understands her. Like, he na-weaponize niya talaga si Julianne Moore.
Okay.
That's why I am, like, you cannot cut those scenes out because those are, like, the most famous Julianne Moore scenes in history. The Magnolia ones, diba? Or when she's coked up in Boogie Nights. Parang galing. Yeah, but also Philip Baker Hall and Piho. Let's see. We have also the favorite shot. What is your favorite shot?
Me of all time is the New Year shot in Phantom Thread. That is my most
a good one.
screenshotted. I've saved that in my bookmarks.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Go, Ramon.
There's a shot in Punch Drunk na is kind of that, and it's so cartoonish, but I love it. Which is when they see each other, and then it's the shot, the silhouette where the two of them come,
Isn't
and then
that a
sakto
poster? That's I feel like that's a poster.
Yeah.
yeah. But parang what happens in that shot as soon as they meet, diba? Biglang it becomes a circus of activity. Like there's a whole Boy Scout troop that enters, and then the score rises, and it's lit by the window behind them. So they're just like shapes, and then it's like that one's really nice.
That is truly fantastic. It might be the very often shown master shot. Na parang he's
sleeping.
On the boat.
He's on the boat.
Yeah.
That or there will be bloodshot. That's really great. If it's like a reflection of the towers, the oil towers, and and you think
when they're both covered in oil and then he's hugging HW
Yeah.
after he just had the accident. Ganda
Yeah.
rin yan.
yeah, or the abandon my boy, the one with the cross, that's just light.
Or yung hinahan job ni Amy Adams si Piho sa salamin ng The Master.
Or why not Dirk Diggler's dick?
Of biblical proportions.
You're a star. You're a big Brad Shenzo.
Or Catherine Waterston's super long topless monologue where she's rubbing him with her foot. That's a very shortcuts Altman homage.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, like, it's so crazy how Catherine Waterston is such a sexy hippie.
She's pretty.
Yeah, and then she's so good at it, right? In that movie. And then after that, she's either cast as the most boring person in the team or a mom. Parang no one saw that and like, wow, this is what she should be.
Is there a genre of movie that you wish PTA will do next?
Mission Impossible 9.
I knew it.
Why not, diba? Si,
Which he
ano,
just said, di ba?
Yeah,
Parang,
she just said.
damn.
why not science fiction? Wala
Don't
pa siyang
tease
science
us with a good time, di ba? I mean,
Make it happen.
that's something that you get Cruz out of retirement for. Parang,
Me,
bro,
I
di mo
want
ba
him to
narinig?
pull DDL out of semi-retirement and do one more for the road. For old
Well,
time's
feeling
sake.
ko pwede naman eh. Kasi diba, he kind of said, I wasn't really planning on retiring, etc., etc. Like,
Saka sci-fi for me. Parang
Sci-fi
since he
for you.
hasn't, ano,
Wala pa siyang horror also.
wala rin siyang horror. Pero nakakatakot yung ghost. Hindi ka ba natakot sa ghost sa Phantom Thread? Super natakot ako sa ghost.
Oh.
Yeah, the jump scare. You know what scared me?
once
The
those threads
gunshots.
started appearing, like,
The gunshots in One Battle After Another. They were jump scares to me. They were incredibly loud.
mga ano yan, heat levels, diba?
Biglang, whoa! Ganon. Anyway.
All right. Thank
Good
you guys
job,
for joining
guys.
us.
We
We'll
love
see you
PTA.
soon. Yeah.
We love
Yay. We're so glad you're back. We're so glad you're winning the Oscar. Yay.
We're so back.
Yes. And we will see you next week.